Oh, and actually, one other question I had. Do you follow Tesla stock very closely?
Definitely a follower. I'm not sure I have the same knowledge of it as you, but
So what's your take on like Tesla with like robotaxi launch, and everything that's been going on? Like, are you bullish on Tesla? How are you feeling about the company's valuation?
I'm very bullish on Tesla. I think Elon's political overhang is definitely bogging on the stock, but at the end of the day, I think, if Elon leaves Tesla, Tesla goes down 50% almost immediately. Like Elon is kind of Tesla. What they're doing with robotaxis, what they're doing with the Cybertruck, what they're doing in building a brand that is cultivating with younger, tech savvy, high earning individuals, I think goes far beyond any political implication that Elon may have on the brand. And autonomy is set. Tesla has been doing this. Like they're the ones who've collected the data on the maps, on the road. And Google can go and do their Waymo, but I'm not too concerned about it. I think Tesla's brand is formidable. Maybe people overseas don't buy as many Teslas as they did before, but also people have a short memory and just the visionary of scaling production to a rate at which Tesla can be a manufacturer of cars profitably while still investing heavily in technology, Optimus, and robotaxis is incredibly impressive. And I think, market cap, I'm not sure after today, hovering probably around $1 trillion. If they're able to achieve full autonomy and Optimus everywhere with robotaxis, you're looking at a cyberpunk future, and it's very clear that Tesla would be the leader in that. And so, yeah, I'm very bullish on Tesla, and I think the valuation moves day to day based on headlines, but sometimes that's a good thing because it provides a lot of opportunities.
So when Elon says he's building the biggest company in the world, or it's going to be the largest market cap company in the world, you believe that, you see that potential.
I believe it. I mean, I Elon Elon is such an interesting guy just because if you just think recently, right? I mean, XAI, right? That has ballooned. I think arguably you can make the case that it's going to overtake OpenAI and ChatGPT, which has really not done very well since their first to market advantage. And so at the end of the day, he took over Twitter, made it X, made it profitable, brought back life to the platform. So, with somebody who's so hyper obsessive, focused, driven, that sort of entrepreneur, sleeping on the factory floors, 2008, splitting all his money between SpaceX and Tesla because he couldn't choose which one to save. Like you're gonna get times when he overshoots, when he's a little bit euphoric about where the business can be in the next year. But I mean, you can't say that Elon is not working hard every day to achieve what he thinks is possible. And we've seen tangible results of that over time, even if those results come a little bit later than what he initially promises. So I would never want to bet against Elon, and the stock is going to do it. Is going to do what it's going to do on a daily basis. But Elon's definitely a visionary founder, and Tesla is set up with their technology to do really, really well in the future, in my opinion.
Do you think the market will give them the benefit of the doubt while the robotaxi business ramps to sort of have no earnings or no growth, but still keep this high valuation and kind of watch the robotaxi business unfold? Or do you think the market will lose patience?
Well, that's really the million-dollar question, right? I think my answer is I think the market will give them the benefit of the doubt, not because the market and the institutions are going to do that, but because Tesla is mostly retail. There's a lot of Tesla investors that see the vision, and I think that's with Upstart too, and like you think Robinhood, Palantir, a lot of these companies, what the analysts miss is that a dedicated retail investor base that is not only investors but also customers is very powerful. And all of a sudden your Excel evaluation models start to be a little less important when you have mobs of people who really wholeheartedly believe in ideas. And for Tesla, that's like the number one stock where you have millions of people that wholeheartedly believe in ideas. And I think that carries a lot more importance than a year or two where the results aren't in the numbers. And so, bears will say, oh, well, they haven't shown it yet. But the bulls who have faith and have done the research and honestly probably have a better understanding of the business, that's the other thing too, right? If a company starts small and it becomes really big, and you started following it when it was small, your knowledge advantage compounds as that company grows. Whereas if you're just some institution looking at the valuation on a spreadsheet, you're not going to have any idea the history of the company, where they're going, what's happened in the past. So I think Tesla has a great future ahead of it. Elon's political drama is definitely bogged on the stock. But you get the good and the bad with Elon, and overwhelmingly, it's pretty dang good. So
Yeah, I'm excited about robotaxi. All eyes on like when does it expand? Because I think that's like what is on everyone's mind. But I'm sure it'll be soon.